Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I will be showing you how I created this wonderful multicolor party dress. I already have my pieces traced out, and the pieces I have are a front piece and a back piece, size 5T. This is the main fabric that I will be using for this party dress. It is a beautiful multicolored butterfly pattern. First, I am going to fold up the fabric so I can cut all of them in one piece. If you have a pattern that is going in one direction, I advise you to be careful of how you're cutting it. I'm going to cut 4 pieces out for this. 2 pieces will be for the main fabric and 2 pieces will be for the lining. If you want a different color for the lining, you can go ahead and use a different fabric. With this pattern, you don't have to cut on the fold for the back piece. Now I have my 4 pieces cut out, 2 for the main fabric and 2 are for my lining. For me to cut the front, I am lining the fabric up so that the way the butterflies are going are in the right direction that I want them to go. Once I get it the way I want it to go, I will place the pattern piece on top of the fabric to cut 2 of them on the fold. This is for the front part. You cut 2 of them on the fold. One is for the main fabric and one is for the lining fabric. These are my 2 pieces. That one's for the front and this one is for the lining. After I get all my pieces cut out, I am going to do a light press over it to get all the wrinkles out of it. So I have my 2 front pieces, my 2 back pieces for one side, my other 2 back pieces for the other side, and what I'm going to do is take one of the front and each one of the sides, and I'm going to sew along the shoulder seams. Gonna do a back stitch. To open it up like this. And press one side seam down. And do the same to the other side. The first sewing step that you just did, you're going to do the exact same thing to the inside of the lining part. So here you have your lining done and your front piece done. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it right sides together, and this one needs some pins. What you're going to do is line the shoulder seams together and put a pin. We'll do one side at a time. Put as many pins as you're comfortable with. If you need a lot of pins, use a lot of pins. If you don't need a lot of pins, don't use a lot of pins or clips. So we're going to sew along the outside first. Along the outside first. We're going to back stitch. You can go as fast as you need to go or as slow as you need to go, whatever you're comfortable with. And just remove the clips. When you get to a corner of the fabric and you want to pivot the fabric, what you do is you leave the needle down, you lift up the presser foot, and you turn your fabric. Then you put your presser foot back down and continue to sew. After you sew up each sides of the bodice, you're going to go to the neck hole of it and pin that up and sew that. And then you're going to go ahead and sew the other side. Once you get done sewing that part of the bodice, you're going to grab some scissors and cut little slits on the side of it so it can be a more flatter finish. Make sure you don't cut the string that you just sewed because you will have to re-sew it. So here I am just cutting little slits all around the pieces that I just sewn. Once you get done with that, here I'm cutting this extra piece of string off. You're going to turn the bodice inside out so you can have the nicer fabric on the outside and everything you're sewn on the inside. So you just put your hand through and flip it. Make sure you get all the corners out. Once you're done flipping it inside out, or right side out, you take the iron and iron over the creases so it can be a flatter. You want to do that to the whole entire top portion of the dress. This is what you should have. This is the front of the dress, with the sides still open. And this is the back of the dress with the sides still open. I'm matching the bottom colors that I'm using for the bottom part of the dress together, and I'm going to sew them together so it's one long piece of fabric. Next, I'm going to get my ruffle foot out of this. And I'm going to put my ruffle foot on. I added my ruffle foot to the machine, and I'm starting to make ruffles with the bottom part of the dress. So after you get done with the ruffles, this is how it'll be using your ruffle foot. Next, I'm going to take after you finish doing your ruffles to the bottom of the skirt, you will go back to the top of the skirt and you will sew together the sides. If you have a serger, you can use your serger, but I am using a overlocking stitch to cast the sides together. You can use either or. This is the tools that I use to add my buttons to my dresses. All these came together. I actually bought it off of Amazon. So what you do is figure out which one you want. Normally I will put this on my daughter because that's who I make them for. And I'll just mark where I need to put the buttons at. So I just do it like this. You take what color snaps you want. Let's see, what color should I use? I think I'm gonna use the purple ones. I may use more than one color. I'm trying to see which ones are the skirt. Maybe I'll just use each one of the skirt. Since I have 4 colors, so I'll just use those 4 in purple. So I'll take this, poke a hole through both fabrics, go all the way through, and then take the back piece, put it through, take the male piece, put it on, do the same with the other side, put it on, take the female piece, the same, and then that's a snap. And here you just repeat the step from the first snap you did until you get all your snaps on. I'm just adding the last snap on, and this is how the back of it looks with all the snaps on. When sewing the top half of the dress to the bottom half of the dress, you want to put right sides together so that when you flip it, it'll be on the right side. I am done sewing the pieces together, as you can see. Now I'm just going to trim away the excess fabric from the skirt. Be sure not to cut the thread that you just sewn together or you have to redo it. Next, I am going to sew the side seams together of the bottom half of the dress. you turn the dress inside out to sew. Now you're all done with sewing the top piece of the dress to the bottom piece of the dress. Now you're going to determine the length that you want. If you didn't go by the measurements and you want to cut the dress short, because I normally put it on my daughter, then now I'm just going to hem the bottom of the dress after I cut it to the desired length that I wanted. And after that, you will be done with this part. Here you have your finished party dress. This is what the back looks like. And this is what the front looked like. I will have a part 2 of showing you how I make the bow and how I attach the bow. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.